Somalia is one of the richest countries in the world when it comes to minerals, but then in reality, when you look at it, they are one of the poorest of the poor when it comes to their people having nothing and having to suffer for what they have, and also having to endure exploitation. And yes, they are not the only country that has this problem of terrorism and exploitation from the outside world. They follow a list of many countries, especially here in Africa. What mineral resources do they have exactly? Yes, they may produce a small quantity of gemstones and salt, but the country has also deposits of feldspar, gypsum, iron ore, copper, gold, kaolin, limestone, and natural gas, quartz, silica sand, and tantalum. And adding to that list is tin and uranium. But my focus here will be on uranium because it is widely used on expensive goods that especially like aircrafts and yachts. So according to World Nuclear Association, both uranium and plutonium were used to make bombs before they became important for making electricity and radioisotopes. The type of uranium and plutonium for bombs is different from that in a nuclear power plant. Bomb grade uranium is highly enriched. Since the 1990s, due to disarmament, a lot of military uranium has become available for electricity production. Over 2 decades to 2013, 1/10 of US electricity was made from Russian weapons uranium. And also, the high density of uranium means that it is also finding uses in the kills of yachts and counterweight for aircraft's control surface, as well as for radiation shielding. Uranium has a melting point of 1132 degrees Celsius. So my question here is that is Somalians suffering because of the minerals that they have, and especially that of uranium? I don't know, perhaps I could just be overthinking things, I don't know, but because of the minerals, a lot of countries they are suffering because of these. The presidents are being bought, the officials are being bought, they're selling their own people just for what? For money, so that the big countries they can come in and exploit them. And the same government, they allow the Americans, for example, to say they are coming there to help, but while they know the actual fact is that they are not there to help. Because if ever they were really there, such other countries such as France, Germany, they are there not to help. Honestly, that is just my opinion. If ever they were really there to help, then why has these terror not stopped? Why are so many people, millions of people, being displaced from their homes every day? Why should young children be suffering for things that they have no control over, for things that they were given by a god to them to, like, prosper on them, because the things are on their own turf, their own home grounds, but then now they just have to run away from their homes and seek help elsewhere? Why are there no fair trades when it comes to African goods, especially that of minerals? Why do we need to be exploited day in, day out, at the expense of lives, at the expense of parents, at the expense of young children growing up without parents? Why should this keep on going? If ever anyone wants to help Africa from elsewhere, they should just let Africa be. Let Africa solve their own problems. If ever really there is any problem with Africa, if ever these problems that we have are not inflicted by an outsider, if ever really in truth these problems that we have of so much terrorism, where do we get the guns when we are so poor we can't even fend for our own food? And yes, don't get me wrong, I'm saying not all of us, I'm not saying all of us are in the same belt, but majority of homes sleep with empty stomachs, sleep and wake up on empty stomachs. Let Africa be. Let us solve our own problems. Because honestly, when you got no money for buying bread, you can't afford to go and buy a machine gun, honestly. And again, a grenade to bomb yourself. Honestly, where does that money come from if you can't even find a bread to eat to fill up your stomach and for your children's? Africa is nothing but a playground to the terrorists of the outsiders that want to come in the name of helping, while they know what they are there using same people that they are on their lands to say Uguti they are gonna fight their own battles, and then we as Africans, we are gonna be caught up in the middle of the battles between big countries which we have no control over. We are a playground to the exploiters, and it has to stop, honestly. Feel free to comment down below if you think perhaps maybe I'm wrong, or just maybe you agree with what I'm saying. It's okay, let us have the conversation. Let's keep the conversation going. Enlighten me if ever like you feel that I am in the dark, because honestly, I don't know. I've never been to some of these countries, especially in the West Africa. I just live down in the south, in South Africa. So comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed, and turn on the notification bell so that every time I upload new videos you can get notified. And yes, my uploads are just about what is happening and my view around the things that I see happening around the world, especially in Africa. So if you love these sorts of content, so hit the subscribe button.